How's everybody today? What's happening in Gangsterland? Full of beans again. Last night I posted the video and I was determined to go to bed early, and I got myself ready and I went to bed, and guess what happened? Laid in bed for like almost an hour, and the only thing I did is I got hot, but I never felt like I wanted to sleep. I was wide awake, so I laid there a little bit longer, and about 2 o'clock in the morning I got out of bed, watched YouTube for a while, and I think it was like 2:45 I was able to go back to sleep. I wanted that early night. What happened? I don't know. But I woke up this morning feeling like I want to do something, because I'm always a person, like, I like to be busy, I like to fix something, or gardening or something. I like to be, my gears like to turn. And for the longest time I haven't been doing anything because my chest, but I'm feeling better every day, like leaps and bounds the last few days. The coughing's gone, but more or less, but the energy is coming back now, and my excitement for doing what I do is coming back, so I'm excited about that. So today I've come outside and I was pottering about, and I thought, hey, I need to show you guys what I'm doing. So this is what I've been doing. So what I do, I took the screws out of this, so then you can just lift it off, okay? Don't need to play with that. And it left just the frame. So what I've been doing is I got some, it's like an emery cloth, but a little bit different. I've just been sanding it a little bit. What I'm going to do is get it ready to paint it. Yesterday I told you I bought some acrylic lacquer black spray paint. So I'm going to clean it all up, and I'm going to give it a little coat of paint so it makes it look new again. And then I'll bring out the board and figure out how I'm going to secure that to it. Job done. We'll see. Hang on, let's see what happens. So another project I'm doing at the same time is this thing here. It's a clothes horse, and one of the bars at the bottom was broken, and the reason it broke is because the people who made a dowel with a knot right in the middle. So you know, knots aren't very good in wood, and not good on a dowel, so it broke. So I'll tell you what I did. So this is the dowel here on the back of the boat. You see this ridge, the high ridge? So I'm using that as a straight line. So what I did is I drilled a hole this way and this way, and put a dowel in the middle and glued the dowel in place. So there's actually a dowel running through here, okay? And then I put wood glue all inside it. So when that goes off, hopefully that will be able to support the bottom a little bit. So just going to sand in the edge, the ends, then glue it, screw it back together, but put some glue in the ends. So put glue in, screw it, clamp it, let it go off, let the wood dry. It takes about an hour, 2 hours. Once it's dry, or before it's even dry actually, as long as it's square, give it a little coat of I got some polyurethane, so spray it with polyurethane, and it'll look brand new. Done. So the wooden one's ready to be put back together, but I've just got to wait for that one that's glued, for the glue to go off. So I'll give it another hour or so. Once that's dry, you can then start putting it back together, but it's all sanded and ready to go. This one, that bar is still in because it was already still tight. So I got some new screws. So I'll glue those poles back in and put the new screws in. It's all sanded, so just give it a coat of polyurethane when it's done. Then you won't see all these little scratches again. They'll look brand new and nice and tight. This one, the stand for the easel, is all sanded down, and I got some black acrylic lacquer, so it'll dry nice and shiny and it'll look brand new. So just give this a good shake for about 10 minutes, because you don't know how long it's been sitting, and then I'll go over there and spray it. Be nice and shiny then. Then I can once it's dry, give it 30 minutes or an hour to dry, and then I can put the back on so it'll look brand new. Okay, so it's all sprayed. Looking new again. all cleaned up, sanded. See that knob there? So there's a knob missing here, but I have a bolt that'll fit in the thread, so I'll go look for a new knob, no problem. If not, I'll just have to get a nut and stick it in there, but I'll find something. So what I'm going to do is now is cut a piece of wood, let this dry some more, cut a piece of wood that will fit on this frame. Once that paint's dry, I'll screw the piece of wood that I have onto that frame with some screws from behind, and then I can put the easel up so it's flat, and then put the back and glue the two together with wood glue. Maybe find a way to hold it in place while it dries, because I think wood glue is probably the best thing, because you can't put screws to the whiteboard. From this piece of scrap plywood that will fit on the frame, fit on that frame. Then this whiteboard can be glued to that, because it's too thin to put screws in the back of it. It'll just pop out the front and it'll be stupid then. But like you see here, I said already, there's a tray on the front, a little lip. So what I can do is, if I put a piece of plywood this thick, it's about 3/8 of an inch, it's almost the same as what's over there on that lip. So the new board can fit right over top of it, and you have a tray on bottom. Getting warm out here. So I'll find a way to secure that board to that thing, the easel, and I'll come back. Okay, temporarily I got this bolt on here to hold it until I find another knob like this. But that's it, cleaned up, sanded and sprayed black, and the board put on side on the front with some screws, all done and dusted. So now all I have to do is secure this board to the front. So I think what I'm going to do is use silicone and clamp it and leave it overnight, and hopefully that will do the job. I'll silicone it the back and put a bead around the edge at the back, and then they'll let it dry overnight. It should be nice and firm, and the front won't fall off. Then you can use that blue tape to tape the paper to the front and paint away. This one that broke right there, you can see it's broken just there. There's I drilled a hole and put a dowel through the center of it and glued it. So it's taken its time to dry. So what I did is I then had this little bead left over. So I glued and nailed that to the top and put it on here to be flat and against here to be square. So just let it dry now till morning, then we can put all that back together. Okay, so it's done. And my assistant's here watching, who's most disturbed that his bed is being occupied. So that's it done. There's a thin bead of silicone going down there, and silicone all inside. And it's squeezed together, so there'll be stick on it, and then by tomorrow morning it'll be dry and done. And then on this side is where the painting will take place, and there's a little tray here. I left the plastic on, no need to take it off until it's ready so it don't get damaged, but there's a little tray here for paint brushes or whatever, paints, pencils. So now it was junk for somebody, and now what's it cost? 285 baht, about £6 to fix it all up. A can of black spray paint, which I have half a can left. I had a half a can of varnish, which I varnished that wood there with. So that's finished. I need to get a new, what do they call it, knoll handle or something. I'll find one somewhere. But that's not bad, eh? So not bad. Keep myself busy and occupied for the day. And I started this morning a little bit worried that I was going to start coughing or run out of energy, but no coughing and I have lots of energy. So just be careful for a few more days. I think I'll be fine now. I think it's finally let me go. So I'm very happy about that. So all I have to do tomorrow is take those clamps off and put a bead of silicone across the top, let that dry, and then I can deliver it. Job done. One gift. And the trellis, I can put that back together in the morning, put the screws on, give it a spray with some polyurethane, and it'll look brand new again. So I'm going to sign off, guys, and say good night. So good night. See you later. All the best, guys. Look after yourselves. Rivers of joy, peace, and kindness. See you in the morning.